Good evening. My name is Claudia Reid. I'm the author of Real TREXON, The Last Black Hole, Apollo 28, Operation Deliverance. And I'm going to do this voiceover over this book that they refuse to publish. In the near future, where black people were mysteriously disappearing from the earth, Real TREXON, that's his name, Real, a tall, muscular, mixed-race ex-soldier, is imprisoned and accused of treason for revealing the military's darkest secret, the hidden black holes scattered across the country, portals to a peaceful new universe called Apollo 28, where black people live free from persecution. Real's secret love, Mahlia Ground, a fierce and spiritual warrior, assembles a small team to break him out of the maximum security prison and lead him through the dangerous path to the final portal in Chicago before it closes forever. But they are relentlessly hunted by Ghost Ops, a ruthless FBI task force led by Real's white fiancée, Melissa, who is torn between love and duty and descending into obsession and madness as she tries to stop them. As a team fights through ambushes, betrayals, and near-death encounters, they finally reach the portal. Real and Mahlia step into Apollo 28, a vibrant, peaceful world bathed in golden light, where the covenant with Yahuah promises healing, faith, and freedom. Back on Earth, chaos erupts as the government launches a brutal manhunt. Society fractures, and a divine reckoning unfolds. This is a story of love, sacrifice, faith, and liberation, showing that sometimes to find true freedom, you must leave everything behind and trust in something greater. Now, you may hear some noise in the while I'm reading and things like that, because that is the what do you call it? I wouldn't say it's Satan, but I would call it like the enemy's trying to stop me. So it'll go to any means to do it. Okay? So here we go. Real TREXON, The Last Black Hole, Apollo 28, Operation Deliverance. I had a dream and I woke up with this, and most of the books that I write are basically thoughts or messages that I get, and I make stories out of them. So here we go. Real TREXON, The Last Black Hole, Apollo 28, Operation Deliverance. Prologue, The Betrayal. Location, Real TREXON's apartment, Queens Village, 2:16 a.m. The room was still, the kind of still that came after prayer or war. Real stood shirtless by the window, sweat glistening across his dark bronze chest, whispering into a secured, calm link under his breath. Yes, Queens Village, basement of the church, Sunday. Tell them to leave everything behind. We're not coming back. He ended the call and dropped his head. He had prayed on this, fasted, fought it in his soul, but it was done now. The coordinates were locked. The people were ready. And so was he. Or so he thought. Behind him, Melissa lay awake, eyes wide open, faking sleep like a pro. Blonde hair spilled across Real's pillow. Heart pounding as the note she'd stolen from his duffel bag burned against her skin inside her bra. It wasn't a dream. The black man she loved, her fiancé, was planning mass disappearance, and not just of anyone, black civilians, poor neighborhoods, churches, ghettos, entire congregations. Melissa rose slowly from the bed. Real, she said softly. He turned startled. His voice went calm. Hey, babe, go back to sleep. She smiled faintly. I was just cold. You all right? He kissed her forehead. Yeah, just thinking. But her mind was racing. She had seen enough. She walked in the bathroom, shut the door, and activated her encrypted satellite phone. Her fingers shook. Director Patel. It's Melissa Carter. I have intel. He's planning a mass exodus, black communities, portals, this Sunday, Queens Village Reformed Church. She paused, voice trembling. Yes, sir, I'll do whatever it takes. Outside, Real stood staring at the stars. He didn't know what He didn't know that within 72 hours he'd be in chains, and the woman he thought he loved was the one who put him there. Chapter 1, 5 days. Location, safe house, North Bronx, New York. Mahlia Ground. Mahlia hadn't slept in 36 hours. The warehouse smelled like oil, steel, and incense. She knelt in silence, eyes closed, arms out, her dark skin glowing in the candlelight. Her weapons were laid out before her, not for worship, but for readiness. Suddenly, the air cracked open. Not thunder, not noise, but a voice. Yahuah's voice. "You have 5 days, Mahlia," she gasped, falling forward. 5 days to bring him out of the pit. I have prepared the team. Listen. Obey. Deliver him to Chicago before the final hole closes. Mahlia's heart pounded. Rikers Island is surrounded, and you will not walk through the gate. You must move like smoke, like shadow. I will show you every step. Don't look back, she whispered. I hear you. She rose, grabbed her knives, her Glock, and pressed her forehead to the concrete. I'm coming, Real, I'm coming for you. Now, in this case now, they already done scooped him up, jammed him up, and put him in jail already. And Yahuah sent Mahlia, who's the woman that he truly loves, to go get him and to send and have her take him to Chicago, to that portal, so he can go on Apollo 28 to that universe where all the black people are. Because Yahuah believes no child left behind. So here's a journal entry that Real wrote in his journal. Prison log, day 3. This is from Real TREXON. They moved me to the deep cell, the kind they don't put on paper. The lights stay on 24/7. No more mirrors, no books, only voices, mostly theirs, but sometimes his. Yahuah whispers to me through the metal. He tells me she's coming. I see Mahlia in my sleep. I smell her when the guards leave. I remember the last time we made love in the rain behind the church. I held her and felt the war melt off my bones. Melissa will never understand. That's the white girl. I don't want safety. I want freedom. I want Mahlia. Yahuah, please let me see her again. Mahlia Ground. That's her name. This is her journal entry. Tactical entry, day 1. Yahuah gave me 5 days. I'm down to 4. I scouted outer fence of Rikers. They got drones, pressure sensors, thermal grids, but I was trained in shadows and I was born in silence. The 6 he gave me, that's the team that Yahuah gave her. The 6 he gave me, they're ghosts like me. 1 hacker, 1 medic, 2 ex-snipers, 1 intercessor, and me, I'm the hammer. I won't leave him there. I don't care if I have to bleed out doing it. We got one last shot to bring him home to the last black hole, to Apollo 28. Now here's a journal entry from the Melissa, the white girl that he was with. Melissa Carter, private file, FBI secure channel. This is what she wrote in her diary. I should have been enough for him. I gave him everything. I helped him heal. I even ignored the signs. But he still chose her, Mahlia. Now the director wants me to lead the ops to take her down. Fine. I'll bring her in, dead or alive. I'll make sure she never touches him again. And when this is over, maybe he'll see what he threw away. He can't outrun me, and neither can she. Now, this is Mahlia's 6-person rescue team, codenamed Deliverance Unit. The first person we got on the block on this team, Kai Mensa, they call him Ghost. Kai Ghost Mensa, age 36. He's Ghanaian American. And his role is stealth specialist, sniper, navigator. His skills: urban climbing, parkour, night infiltration, extreme weather adaptation. Background: former Navy SEAL turned spiritual nomad. Speaks 5 languages. Fastest skill to rescue ratio in classified black ops history. His vibe is silent, loyal, deadly. Calls Mahlia commander. Refuses to kill unless absolutely necessary. Weapons of choice, silent dart sniper, and prayer beads. We got Ziana Crespo, they call her Circuit. Age 28, ethnicity, Afro-Boricua. Her role is a hacker, tech disruptor, communications override. Her skills, satellite blind zones, fingerprint lock busting, EM pulse generators. Her background, grew up in a foster care hacking NYPD body cams at 15. Arrested at 18 for crashing a Pentagon server. Now reborn, only speaks when it matters. Vibe, gothic tech air aura. Wears gold rings with scripture etched in them. Calls Mahlia sis. Weapons of choice, nano EMP grenades plus steel baton in her boot. Next up, we got Micah Dorsey, they call him Preach. Age 47, ethnicity, Black Southern Baptist. Role, field chaplain, intercessor, recon medic, skills, first aid, field exorcism, underground tunnel mapping, multilingual decoding, background, ex-army chaplain, dishonorably discharged for baptizing soldiers without permission, lives off the grid, called by Yahuah in a dream to join Mahlia, vibe, deep voice, Bible in one hand, blade in the other, sings psalms under his breath, weapons of choice, Damascus short sword engraved with Exodus 14:14. Then we have Sade, Tempest, Kimball, they call it Tempest. Age 33, ethnicity, Black Cherokee, role, combat strategist, weapons load-up specialist, skills, explosive, skills, silent entry, firearm engineering, muscle memory fighting, background, former U.S. Marshal who walked off the job after witnessing a black teenager shot in front of her, trained in old indigenous tracking methods, vibe, fierce, beautiful, quiet, wears war paint on her eyes, under her eyes, during missions, weapon of choice, twin gold-plated pistols and throat knife. Noah Davis, they call him Blue, age 39, ethnicity, Creole, role, logistics and transportation, underground tunnels and escape routes, skills, NYC, New York City sewer and train blueprint memorization, diesel mechanics, pressure trap sensing, background, once ran bootleg medical supplies for Harlem clinics, secretly in love with Mahlia, drives anything that moves, vibe, wild card, any always chewing sunflower seeds, always showing up. Weapon of choice, sawed-off shotgun wrapped in duct tape. Dr. Celia Nakima, age 41. Ethnicity, Kenyan. Role, field surgeon. Biological specialist. Skills, precision surgery, chemical antidotes, chip tracking removal. Background, escaped a black site lab run by DARPA. The only person alive who can remove a government tracker chip without alerting satellites. Vibe, quiet, serious, always prays before cutting. Wears her father's lab coat like an armor. Weapon of choice, scalpel and smoke bombs. Okay, now we're going to remove, now in this scene now, we have Mahlia who rescued Real. So now we're going to remove the chip that Real have so they can't track him or the team. So chip removal scene, sanctuary and bunker, Brooklyn, New York, 2 days left. They got 2 days left before they go to Chicago. The moment they made it out of Rikers, Mahlia barely looked at Real. She was too busy counting seconds. The ghost ops could be anywhere. That's his girlfriend and her team, the fiance, the white girl. They carried his half-conscious body down into the sanctuary bunker and abandoned wine cellar below a church no longer on Google Maps. The air was cool and damp. Ziona triggered a blackout signal to scramble local surveillance. Preach sang softly. He then dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Real's chest heaved, sweat poured down his face. The pain in his left arm was brutal because they're removing the chip. Mahlia, he whispered, gripping her hand. She knelt beside him, brushing his cheek. I got you. You hear me? I got you. Dr. Sailor prepped the surgical table, the chips deep in the middle tissue, in the muscle tissue, and booby trapped. If we slip, it'll send a location ping to the military satellite. Mahlia pressed her forearm to Riel's. Stay with me, baby. And he said, always, he whispered. As a knife slid into his flesh, Mahlia kissed his forehead and he held his screams inside her chest like bullets. The chip clinked into a steel bowl. Ziona smashed it with a single disruptor. Silence fell. And for the first time in days, Real was free. Now, we get down to the steamy flashback scene 2 weeks before the betrayal. Location, roof of Queens Village Reformed Church during a rainstorm. Lighting split. This is the time when he remembered making love to Mahlia. So this is a flashback scene. 2 weeks before betrayal. So location, roof of the Queens Village Reformed Church during a rainstorm. Lightning split the sky above them and the roof was slick, wet, dangerous, but neither of them cared. Mahlia stood in his arms, her lips swollen from kisses and breathless moans. They were going to call you a traitor, she said. I don't care, Real replied. If I die helping us escape this hell, then I die free. The foreheads touched. The rain poured over their bodies like holy oil. What about Melissa? Real jaw tightened. She loves who she thinks I am. You love the man I really am. So come with me. Let's finish this together. He grabbed her hips, lifted her, kissed her with a fire and surrender. Then take me, Mahlia. Right here before the world ends. They made love on the church rooftop. The rain baptized in their bodies while the world below prepared for war. Chapter 2, the route to Chicago. Location, underground train tunnel heading west out of New York City. The train wasn't on any schedule. No conductor, no signal, no lights. Just an old rusted service car that Blue and Ziona had jacked from a decommissioned MTA graveyard powered by an illegal battery core and prayers from Preach. Mahlia stood at the front of the train car, arms crossed, staring into the dark tunnel like it owed her something. Her black combat boot clung to her body, soaked from sweat and tunnel mist. She hadn't slept in 38 hours. Behind her, Real lay wrapped in a thermal blanket, breathing easier now. The chip was gone. The wound had been stitched by a sailor, skilled hands, but the military still had dogs, still had satellites, still had Melissa. We crossed Philly by midnight, she said. We crossed Philly by midnight, Blue said. From the rail control seat, we'll need a new train in Pittsburgh. We'll ditch it and take back roads from here, Mahlia replied. And food? Sade said. We fast, Mahlia said. Yahuah will fill us. They all nodded. No one argued with the one chosen by the Most High. Then the train jolted hard. Ziona cursed, derailed. That's a spotlight slammed into the tunnel ahead. The ghost ops drone. That means the girlfriend, the white girlfriend and her team, they got close. We've been found, Kai growled, drawing his silent sniper. Positions, Mahlia yelled. Ziona, kill the light. Sparks exploded and a sharp hiss of steam and metal, and then boots. The first encounter versus Deliverance team. Location, train tunnel ambush outside Reading, Pennsylvania. Ghost ops came in silent, like shadows and wrapped in Kevlar. Full exosuits, heat seekers, drone canopy, and commanded remotely by Melissa Carter, watching through satellite feed. Neutralize ground, bring TREXON back into chains, and kill the rest. That was her thing. Melissa said, neutralize ground. That means that kill Mahlia, the black girl. Bring TREXON back in chains and kill the rest. But Mahlia didn't freeze. She moved like she'd been born in that tunnel. And Ziona? Well, good evening. My name is Claudia Reid. I'm the author of Real TREXON, The Last Black Hole, Apollo 28, Operation Deliverance. And I'm going to do this voiceover over this book that they refuse to publish. In the near future, where black people were mysteriously disappearing from the earth, Real TREXON, that's his name, Real, a tall, muscular, mixed-race ex-soldier, is imprisoned and accused of treason for revealing the military's darkest secret. The hidden black holes scattered across the country, portals to a peaceful new universe called Apollo 28, where black people live free from persecution. Real's secret love, Mahlia Ground, a fierce and spiritual warrior, assembles a small team to break him out of the maximum security prison and lead him through the dangerous path to the final portal in Chicago.